Welcome to the Talent Show. What is going on, y'all? I'm so excited to be a part of your week, day, whatever it is going on right now. But thank you guys for allowing me to come into your lives and hopefully just give you a little bit of insight, learning opportunities, and a little bit of laughter every single day or week. So I just say thank you. We've continued this grasp of the fifth season of the show, and it's been so exhilarating so far, and I've had so much fun. I've learned so much. I've met and talked to so many incredible people, and this is all because of you guys. So thank you guys for your support and your love. It means the world to me. I will say one kind of quick thing. So if you're paying attention now, you will remember this. I'm not going to be doing a regular 20 episodes for this fifth season. This is a 5-year anniversary. So we're going to be extending it for a little long. So stick with me, enjoy the ride, and please continue to show myself and our guests support and love. So thank you guys for that quick message. And for me, I need to stop yapping. And let's introduce our guest for today's episode, the one and only Miss Kyla McLaurin. Woohoo!
Hi, everybody. I am so glad you brought me on here today. I'm really excited about this.
I'm so grateful to have you. Well, first, before I get going, I just kind of want to ask you, how are you doing? How's life treating you right now?
Life's pretty good. I just had my last track meet this past weekend, so I can't complain too much. I'm good.
That's good. And before I want to get into that immediately, but before we dive into what you just kind of mentioned, if you don't mind, Kyla, just really quickly for people watching or listening that may not know a lot about you, before we kind of talk about your story and who you are, just give people a brief introduction about yourself, just maybe where you're from, what you're doing right now in your life, and some things you've been able to do across your lifetime to get you where you are today.
Okay, well, I'll start off with saying I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, so just an hour out from Oxford, Mississippi. I started doing triple jump in my junior year of high school. Next thing you know, I'm going to college at Ole Miss, competing in 4 years. And then I'm like, wait, I have a COVID year. So we extended that to my super senior year. And now I am getting my MBA. So now I am looking into getting into medical device sales.
Okay.
Previously, I wanted to be in the dentistry, but I realized I'm more of a talker. And I can't talk about someone's mouth, so no.
Well, let's dive right into it. I know you just mentioned that you just had your final track meet of your college career. Just talk about what this past weekend, that experience was like, but also just your emotions and thought as you kind of went through your final trial run of your collegiate career.
Well, I love that question because I truly loved every moment of last week. Just getting to see all of my teammates, getting to see all the reactions on my coaches' faces. It was a great experience. I could not have asked for anything better. I am truly blessed. The week before, though, I had a lot of anxiety going into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I don't compete well? Like, what if I don't take the time to watch my teammates? But just praying every single day that week helped me into that previous week. So I just really took advantage of being there with my teammates and coaches.
You just brought something up, and for everyone watching or listening, I will link her social media pages in the introduction of the videos and in the descriptions. But when I look at your social media, I see a plaster of the Lord Jesus Christ, and the man up above. That's been a theme for a lot of the guests so far, and obviously myself over the 5 years. That for people that have been keeping them, and if you're new, that's a huge part of my life. That is my life, and that is what this show is centered around. So, for you, just talk about your relationship with God. Just kind of what it means to you to have a relationship with Jesus, and how He's continued to push you forward in a world that's kind of a little bit scary right now.
I would say God's always been right by my side, but I wouldn't say it's been till like a year or two that I really noticed and seen and heard that he's been right by my side. I would say as recently as in August is really when I put my head in the Bible. It started out with just opening the Bible. I didn't have a plan or anything. I would just look in there. I'm like, okay, this is what God wants me to read today. And then that trickled into Bible studies. And then that trickled into speaking at Christian athlete events.
Yeah.
And I've just been having fun with it. I'm learning what it means to worship God and to use his words in the Bible to help encourage others and influence others to also read those words in the Bible. So it's been fun.
I love that. For a kind of another piece of common themes that I've had throughout this season so far is uh talking about things that maybe people wouldn't expect that my guests have been through or done. And when I say that is, I've had some guests that talked about, where they are today, but they had not the best GPA in college or high school, or in high school, they didn't have the best ACT score, et cetera, et cetera. And I love that because I have a close buddy, who just found God not too long ago, and it's changed his life for the better. And I think people from the outside world that kind of want to get into Jesus and the Bible think that, oh, I didn't grow up in this, or I don't have a factual relationship already, that they can't just open the Bible and start. So I love that you said that, and thank you for your honesty for sharing that. And I want to go back to your childhood, growing up in Memphis. What was that like? What did Memphis teach you to maybe help build you to the young woman that you are today?
Well, specifically, I live like in those suburbs. I say
Mm-hmm.
Memphis because a lot of people don't know where Germantown is, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's a really nice area.
Yeah.
My parents, they're both dentists, so they work in what are the so-called not great areas like Orange Mound or
Mm-hmm.
just East Memphis or whatnot. Just going there in the summer, I would be able to see what Memphis is truly like, and not just the bad side, but also like the history. My parents made sure that I stuck with the culture in Memphis, and I was a part of a camp called Bridge Builders. And Bridge Builders helped me get involved with the community, helped me learn what it means to be someone who's helpful, understanding a leader in this world.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot that I learned from being in Memphis to help me in like a bigger aspect of what it means to be like in Chicago, or like when I go
Mm-hmm.
travel to other places, like to just really understand the culture and where you are. There's always a good where people think there's a bad.
I'm really big on family, Kyla. And my family's my best friends, my mom, aunts and uncles, grandparents, et cetera, et cetera. You talk about your parents, so just talk about what your parents and your family have meant to you in your lifetime, and how have they continued to support you in terms of your track career, but in terms of as well allowing you to be as great as you want to be in whatever field you continue to go to in your future.
So I would say, funny enough, I was kind of like a surprise baby. Of
Mhm.
course, I was a blessing or whatnot, but my parents are a lot older, so um, I got to go on like all like the retirement trips, like all all the good trips. But because of that,
Uh-huh.
I learned so much just from going from Hawaii to New Zealand to Europe. I've learned so much from other cultures and
Yeah.
not just the cultures here in America. Um, Needless to say, like there's so much out there. And if you have the opportunity to get out of America and to go on another adventure, please do it. Please do it. I know a lot of people are just like, "Oh, I love America. I love America." And I was like, "Yeah, I do too. Yeah." But just go travel. They've blessed me in that sense, and also we have a small family, so which just kind of makes it better in its own sense.
Yeah. Um, you kind of talked about a little bit of your track journey. You started triple jumping in your junior year of high school. So did you bleeding up to that point, were you playing any other sports that kind of maybe you thought that you would go into a different, pathway before you started triple jumping? What was kind of that lead up until you got to that point in your junior year where you started triple jumping and things kind of took a different turn for your career?
I would say in elementary school, I was like really good at soccer.
Mhm.
Little league soccer, that was my thing. Then I got to middle school, they started running further. I was like, nah, I'm good on sprints, not the distance. So I stopped doing soccer, and then I got into track randomly. I think it was my last year of middle school, so it was like 8th grade. And I started out with sprints, and then we got into relays, and then my coach was like, "You should do long jump. You got long legs." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." So I started doing that, and then out of nowhere, he's like, "No, you should do triple jump. You should really do triple jump." And I'm like, "What is that?" Like, no one hears about hopscotch from sand. Like, that's the most random thing ever. Next thing you know, I'm starting to do that, and the first jump, it was terrible. I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, I had to go back on YouTube to look at how they did it. So the second meet, it was like a 5 foot difference. And I'm like, okay, I got
Mhm.
this now. But Yeah, I would say it was from soccer to track. That was about it.
What was, and if any, but what was your college process like? And when I say that, how did you land in Oxford? What was your decision in choosing Ole Miss, maybe compared to another school, or just what kind of stood out to Oxford compared to maybe somewhere else for you?
Funny enough, Ole Miss was the only school that replied out of 30 schools I contacted. And it was like this 3 sentence little email. Hi, my name's Kyla McLaurin. This is my PR. And I would really enjoy this opportunity. And all I would do, I would just stick the name of the school in there, and I just kept sending that off. And I only got one response, and that was Ole Miss. And I remember in the email, he was like, "It looks great that you reached out to me first. Like, we would love to have you on an official visit." And I'm like, "This is God. This is God. Okay, God's guiding right now. Wow." And the moment I stepped on campus, I knew I was home.
Yeah. I love that, kind of going back to your story about, God, because that's not the typical story for an athlete, especially an athlete that's, playing or competing at a D1 level in the SEC. So, and I want you to kind of, if you don't mind, giving a piece of advice to someone in high school that is in the realms of aspiring to play track at a Division I college, or aspiring to just some form or way trying to get better at track, what would you tell a person younger than you in terms of helping them maybe get to the next level, or helping them just shield every obstacle that they encounter in terms of their track career?
Two things I would definitely say would be pertaining to the community you surround yourself with. Your friends have a big toll on your life, and that includes your teammates as well. So just like make sure you pick a good school that provides the support you need to be an outstanding athlete, and also reach out to those older adults who could be your mentor, whether it's your mentor in Christ, whether it's your mentor in school, whether it's your mentor, like the coaching ability, whatever it is, like always reach out and just seek advice. Just be open to learning. That's definitely just getting to know people. That's my thing. I love getting to know people, like getting to know you. I'm really excited about that journey because I know I'm talking all about me, but I'm excited to know more about you later. But yeah.
When you got here, I know you say you felt at home, but just your first initial reaction to getting here, what was the transition like from high school to college? Was it tough? Was it easy? Was it smooth? I know you're not going too far away from Germantown to coming to Oxford, but you're still kind of on your own for the very first time and venturing a new lifestyle. What was that transition from high school to college like for you?
It was pretty crazy. I felt like I was a hot commodity in like California or something. Like even though I'm an hour away, just being an athlete, they put a big hat on your head. And I took that and ran with it. And I was not, I will admit, I was not humble about it, but I was humbled once I got to that first track meet and I realized this is the SEC.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I thought like as a D1 athlete that the SEC is I didn't know there were different conferences in D1. I thought D1 was just SEC, and like, let's say South Carolina or it might be like D2. I had no clue. I was so new to the game. But no, I was humbled. Yeah.
Could you talk about your coaches and your trainers throughout your time in high school and even here at Ole Miss, and just you can shout them out if you want to, but just what they've meant to you, the things that you were able to learn from them, and the impact that maybe they had on helping you become the young woman that you are today.
I would say in high school that was so much fun. Like just having those high school meets. Every high school in town would just come to those meets at your school. That was a lot of fun. And then your coaches would be the ones organizing the whole event. Shout out to Coach Monica Thomas. She was a teacher as well. So like I would always like try and sneak in her class and talk with her. She was a great support system. And then AAU wise, Coach Mott, he showed me what it meant to be like an athlete, like what those practices actually mean. Like the meets were easy, the practices were not. And those were different from my high school practices, just because those were a little more technique based. So that definitely helped me in college to be able to be on the level of my other teammates. So like another shout out like to my main coach, Coach Scott. He definitely gave me like a different perspective of coaching, just really wanting me to see myself for like my ability, and just knowing that he had that ability was definitely mind blowing, to get an athlete from one side of the spectrum to another, from being at 36 feet for a triple jump to 40 feet for a triple jump. He had a really good eye for triple jumpers. And then our head coach, Coach Connie, is an amazing young woman who really strives to push athletes to their abilities to achieve what they need to achieve. I literally just learned her story like this past month of her being in college, but she was in college for basketball. And next thing you know, her last year of basketball, she finished, and the track coach was like, "You should do track. You should do throws." And she was like, "Wait, what?" And next thing you know, she's throwing in the Olympics, and then she is becoming a coach she never thought she would have become in the first place.
Yeah.
And now she's here at Ole Miss. So just having these inspiring coaches around me just means a lot.
Yeah. I think one of the things that sticks out about you is honestly your energy. Like you give off good energy. And I want to ask you, and for people that are not aware of who you are and about what you do, you're always supporting other women. And when I say that, women's basketball at Ole Miss, the volleyball team, et cetera, et cetera. Why is that so important for you? Just to support your peers in general, not just here, but in general. But why is that so important for you to just kind of have your face out there and show the women around this campus that they have respect and fans within you?
I believe I support a lot of women across campuses and just women in general, just because like I know what it feels like to be unseen, what it feels like to be unheard, and any type of support helped me so much. So like even just having that one face in the stands made that whole entire meet. Like I didn't care about anybody else. Like that, I don't know. It just really, it shaped the way I competed. So like that just goes back to my teammates. Like some of the girls here on the team, they've truly impacted the way I've competed, just like with my positive attitude, versus negative attitudes that I've had in the past years. So, yeah.
If you could, and I'll give you maybe just like two tussles, and you can make a pick one or do both. But if you could, like, give a breakdown of a day for you, a day in your life. That could be like a day that you have a meet. Like, what time would you get up for a meet day, and what goes into the process of getting prepared for a meet, or just like a regular day, but you still have training that day and classes, etc. You can do both, or you can just kind of pick one if you want.
Man, this might be a long podcast. We could do. We could do a little bit of both, honestly. So yeah, this is going to be a long podcast. But let's do a Monday. So a Monday would consist of me waking up at 8:00. The only reason why I wake up so early is because, of course, I had to get a dog. I have a golden doodle named Dior. He is so precious but so annoying at the same time. So I get up at 8:30, go walk him, go make some breakfast, whether that's a bagel with strawberry cream cheese or that's going to the grill and just getting some breakfast. Then I would have practice at around 11. I usually like to go into the trainers before 11 just so I can either roll out or get some extra treatment in. And then practice will be around an hour, 2 hours before weights at 12:30 or 1. But because of my schedule this semester, I have class at 2. every single day, Monday through Thursday, 2 to 4:30. That's hard because I have ADHD. So after that, I go home. After class, I go home, and then I go walk my dog. Then I go eat, and it really depends on the Monday. Sometimes I go do yoga. Sometimes I don't have time for a nap ever. I go straight to doing homework till like 10:30, 11. Barely any time to be on my phone, but sometimes I have to make time to like make content and stuff. But yeah, no, that's what one of my days looks like out of the 7. And let's say let's say I go to Arkansas. Honestly, that's my favorite indoor track facility, Arkansas. So we would get in town like 2 days before we compete. And we would get in like around, let's say 3:00, and 4:00 we are going to practice. That'll be an hour. And then we get back, we have a team meeting, and then we have to go eat dinner, and then we get treatment, and then we go to sleep. And then, yeah, that's one of the days in the lives of many.
You just threw something out there that I really don't know if you even picked up on me kind of reacting to it, but so you said you had ADHD. I do as well, so twinsies on that. And I love the honesty because it's kind of making me emotional because another common thing throughout this 5th season so far is just brute honesty, and my guests have and myself as well. We've kind of just talked and shared some emotional things. So if you don't want to, you don't have to, but just how has ADHD kind of maybe change your life and just how you continue to build on it? And I say that because my mom, who I know is watching Love Your Girl, forever she would just say, you know, it's so hard watching you record because you can't sit still and et cetera, et cetera. And that's true. So I appreciate you for even bringing that up, but just maybe what's your life like with ADHD since we're on the topic?
Man, and all throughout high school, I did not know I had ADHD, but like I knew I had ADHD. My parents just never wanted to get me tested for whatever the reason. So I didn't get tested until like my second year of college. And I was like, wow, this is a whole new world. Like I'm actually getting the help and support I need. Like I'm actually getting the medicine I need. I'm like, wow, I was struggling to make those grades. Yeah. And now I can make even better grades. Mm-hmm. Like this is a whole new world. Like it's so different versus having my medication versus not having my medication.
Yeah.
And like I still like have my crazy personality. Like I'm fun, outgoing. Yeah. But the concentration is there. Like I would say, like I'm on medication right now doing this. And if I wasn't having the medication I needed right now to do this right now, I'll be zoned out. I wouldn't even remember what the question. I was like, can you repeat the question? You're just thinking of like 20 things at once. It's annoying. Like clothes are all on the ground. Like you think you got to do everything at once, and then you get stressed out. And then you start getting depressed because you're like, why am I not getting things done? Because you can't focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Again, I know it's kind of a iffy topic, but thank you for sharing that. I'm sure someone watching, even myself included, needed to hear that. So thank you. I want to ask you something because I understand this, but I don't know if the normal person understands. I think when people think of a track athlete, they think, oh, all you guys do is run, or that's how you train. So if you don't mind, could you share what does maybe a typical workout or training day look for you? Like what all goes into you preparing to be the best athlete you can be? Because like I said, I think people just think all you guys do is just run. That's your only way of training, which is obviously the case, but there's so many different elements to go into. So talk about what makes it a workout and training day for you.
So Mondays and Wednesdays, we usually have some of like the running workouts. But trust me, it's not like the running, like the distance runners or even the sprinters. They look at us and they're like, we wish we had that practice. Our running workouts would look like 6 200s. We would have to run 200 girls would be in like, let's say like 30 seconds with a 2-minute recovery rest. And men's would look like 25 seconds. Not to say that that's easy, but it's a lot easier compared to what other of our athletes have to do. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's more technique work. So we're playing in sand a lot. We're doing a bunch of jumps. We're working on technique. We look like bunnies out there hopping and stuff. Those are my favorite days because it's more technical compared to the gruesome workouts. But yeah, people say, "Oh my gosh, you're a runner." I was like, "No, I jump. No, ma'am, I jump. No, sir."
You kind of touched on these things in different ways, but just talk about Ole Miss and just what it's like being a college student here for you, meeting incredible people. What's your 4 or 5 years been like here in Oxford for you?
It's always been like positive experiences. Like the past, I would say like the past year, like I've had to host quite a few recruits, and that's been so much fun because I get to show them what Ole Miss is like. Like, yeah, Ole Miss might not be for you, but this is what I do for fun. Like, this is how I've grown in this community, and Ole Miss is so much more than just the athletes, or so much more than the classes we take. Like, it's a community built within the community. Like going to, I don't know if you've ever been to Cafecitos, but just like that little yellow truck, like I don't even think they know this. Majority of the time, I just go just so they can hype me up. Like I love the coffee. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not really a coffee girly. I just go there to just get hyped up and just steal the candy they have in the front. Just because that's the type of community that Oxford is, like throughout the whole town. It's crazy. Like, and I just got done like reading to a whole class of elementary kids, just like helping out in the community. It's just so welcoming and comforting. Like, come on, it's Oxford. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you just got to come here and experience it. It's great.
I love that you shared that. I'll make sure Cavecitos see this. They are ran incredibly, and like you said, for people that don't, are not here in Oxford, never been, and I can even share this on social media in some sort of way with this episode. But that literally is what they do. Like literally, I'm not a coffee person myself, and when I first met them, I was actually doing a video project, and I was just uplifted by their energy and what they did, and just how they interacted with people. So that's actually so real. And so relating because I've kind of shared my little testimony over some episodes about my time at Ole Miss in Oxford, and I always say the best thing here is the people. And I've met some incredible people here, people that have changed my life, people that have just stored so much knowledge and trust and hope in me, but as well just amazing people that are literally living the dream in this little college town. So I love that you share that because I think that people look at Oxford and they're like, what can you possibly do in Oxford, Mississippi? And I'm like, you'd be surprised that you could have a lifetime of enjoyment in 4 or 5 years here just by this small town. So thank you for sharing that. And I kind of want to ask you as well in that same realm, talking about all this, what are some of your places? If you were kind of talking to somebody, they're like, hey, I'm coming to Oxford. What's a food place or a place that I have to visit when coming to Oxford? What would you kind of tour guide? What would you tell somebody some places to eat or some places to go that they have to do if they were visiting Oxford, Mississippi?
I'll give you like a rundown, like what my favorite day would look like. Like, let's say I woke up and I didn't have Dior and I didn't have to go walk them. I will go to the Love Shack. My favorite bagels on a Sunday. Oh my goodness. I don't care how long that line is. You get to meet some amazing people in line. And I know that's the whole purpose of it. That some people don't realize, but like they're worth it. Cause I come out with like 20 bagels because I'm hungry anyways. Next I would definitely go to my favorite chiropractor, Dr. G. Oxford Chiropractic. Shout out to them. He's amazing. Like, he's shown me what it means. Like, you can't just like go in and just get readjusted. Like, you really have to pay attention to what your body needs, as in like the different stretches, and like you have to come in on like a consistent basis, because people are like, oh, like I'm sore afterwards. Like, yeah, because your body was never in line to begin with. So what do you think was going to happen? So definitely going to him, and then also going to Cameron, to my good massage therapist right there. He's helped out with the athletes a lot in that aspect. Just taking care of my body, like self-care is A1. Then after that, I would get lunch. Ooh, where would I get lunch at? Today I had Handy Andy's, and that was a good burger. But I don't know if I would get a burger. I don't know. No, I know what I would do. I would go to what's that place called? Lost Pizza. I'd probably go to Lost Pizza, go grab a quick pizza real quick. I love pizza. That's really good. And then after that, probably do some yoga at Gypsy Waltz. Like yesterday, I was with my teammates and we did aerial yoga. That was a lot of fun. You got to try that. First class is free. What else would I do? I would go eat at Bouray. I really like their shrimp and grits.
Absolutely.
And then a hidden gem of mine is TCBY inside of the Cheney's Pharmacy. On Wednesdays, it's Waffle Cone Wednesdays. So like it's $1 and like something cents. That's definitely where I'm going after this podcast.
Check that out.
Donut Distillery is really good too.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to double up on a dessert. Sorry, you can kind of hear my dog right now.
No, you're good.
But yeah, I think that would be a quick day in life.
Okay.
Wait,
I like
Southern Coops wings. Hold on.
Oh yeah, for sure. 1000%.
That's
1000%. Okay. You got you a good little taste. I may have to check out your chiropractor and massage people, but I love that. And you kind of talked about this a minute ago, but I kind of wanted to ask you. So you honestly just talked about it a little bit there, but just hobbies outside of track. Like what makes you Kyla? Like what do you do to keep yourself uplifted? Like what do you do outside of your athlete career to keep you who you are, keep you stable?
I think because of like being so much in my faith and just like the people around me also being in my faith, they made sure I knew like I'm more than an athlete. So early on, I have just starting to get into what I like to do for me. So when it comes to NIL, I've gotten into like what I like to do. So like yoga, balancing the mind and body. I love to paint. I love to cook. Making sure my body's okay, like with a chiropractor or like massage here and there. Just doing stuff like that. Definitely. Those are pickleball. Oh, why did I leave out pickleball?
Ooh.
I got like 3 pedals in the car right now. Like I'm on go, you know.
You know, we may have to get a little one-on-one challenge going on right here. I've never challenged anybody on recording before, but hey, you know, I just bought me a new paddle the other week actually, so I've been waiting to test it out actually.
What kind of paddle you get?
Actually, so we're gonna do something. I'll get it real quick and I'll show you guys. So everyone, be patient with me while we're on this.
Hold on, I'm gonna let my dog out too because he. Come on, dear. Come here.
All right. I'm back. So we either will edit that or we will not. I don't really care. And if I don't edit it, hey guys, so good to see you again. I did that one time before season 1 with Dominic James Wright, where he had to get up and you will hear my crunchy little 16-year-old voice kind of ramble through it while he was gone. But I had to go get my masterpiece really quick, G2 gearbox. I really didn't care about none of like they'll tell you like the little attributes about it, but I was like the colors and the way it looked is so cool. That's why I got it. So we got to line it up soon. You can't talk about pickleball and not expect me to be a challenge to you. I haven't played in about a month, so I probably will be a little rusty, but I'm definitely down. So
it's one of those sports like once you start playing a couple games, you back in it,
literally, it's so fun. Like, and I'm saying this now: if you do not play pickleball, go get you a paddle and go learn how to play. It's not that hard. It's a little bit of a workout, honestly, especially if you're playing one-on-ones. But it's super fun and addictive, honestly. So that was I love that you shared that. One more kind of fun thing I want to ask you. I'm big. I love music. I love me some music. So just talk about who were some of your favorite artists and songs, and as well, do you have a game day playlist that kind of gets you prepped and hyped up for a meet that you have on a certain day?
I would say like recently I've been struggling with not listening to like vulgar music and whatnot, and just trying to stay just in the sense of like gospel music. Mm-hmm. So I've been listening to a lot of that. So like Kirk Franklin and even Charlie Wilson. I stuck him in there, a little bit of everybody. That's definitely what's been like helping me uplift me a lot. But I would cheat here and there. I'll listen to a little SZA, Bryson Tiller, you name it. Yeah, I do cheat. I have my cheat days.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Actually, a goal of mine here in the near future is to kind of contradict my vulgar music and expand my continued exploration of gospel music. So I love that you shared that. I know you kind of mentioned it in the beginning, but as you finish your track career at Ole Miss and your time kind of winds down, it's what's your end goal? Like, what do you want to do in the future, and where would you see yourself moving forward in terms of what you continue to do in your lifetime?
I love influencing people. So, like, if I can just influence people to just read the Bible, all your answers are in there, all of them. Literally, just like open up a page, like, oh wait, I can relate to that. Like, there's a verse for everything. And then another thing, well, honestly, that's the main thing right there. That was mainly what was on my mind.
Thank you. And before I ask this, you can just kind of say what you just said right then, or you just say, that I just shared it. But there's always like kind of a question that I asked before I kind of wrap up, and it's two questions in one. I'm sure you're probably going to say something similar. But the first question is, what advice would you give to someone listening? I know you gave a piece of advice earlier to a young track athlete, but what advice would you just give to everyone watching or listening now, just about life and it's things that you've been able to experience and something that you want to share to people to help uplift them or continue pushing them throughout their lives and their days? And secondly, I'm big on legacy. And just kind of doing things and doing what I love, but also making sure my name and who I am is being talked about and remembered in a positive manner. So when people hear your name, when people hear Kyla McLaurin, what do you want to always be remembered for? What do you want people to always know about who you were as a person?
I'll say what I want people to remember. Well, I'll give advice first. Mm-hmm. I'll say the Let Them Theory by like Mel Robbins. I would definitely look into that. But mainly it's about not taking people so seriously. Like, it's not always about you. Like, if there's ever a situation and someone did you wrong, like that person could be going through something, you never know. But at the end of the day, you can't let something like affect you that you can't control. So just every day, just try and be positive. Say hi to at least one person. Because you never know what someone's going through. And it's never good to like keep a grudge with anybody. So the Let Them Theory, great podcast, great book, all that good stuff. And what I would want people to know me for, that's a great question. But I guess I can just piggyback off with like what I hear people say. continuously about me, that I have a positive energy. I'm understanding. I'm optimistic. Always willing to learn, and I want people to know that like I always care. I'm genuine. Like if I'm saying something the wrong way, and I notice that I'm saying it the wrong way, like I'm gonna ask you, how can I say that in a better way? But I just love learning about people and getting to know people. So genuine, heavy on the genuine part.
Thank you. Try not to cry. And I don't care. I'm a dude. Yeah, I cry on camera too. But that's like so relatable, honestly. Someone asked me that, and I is a guess, and I feel like the few times that it is asking me, I feel like it changes a lot. But that's always like a very prominent part about who I am, is just trying to be genuine and like making sure I do right by all people. And like you just talked about, if I'm saying something wrong, I want to ask like, how can I say better? So thank you for sharing that, honestly. One more thing that I want to do that I've started at the end of season 4 that I've continued doing is something I call quick hitters. So I'm just going to ask you a series of quick questions, and you just kind of give me the first immediate like answer that comes to your mind. Okay.
All right.
So first, what would be your dream car?
A Lamborghini Urus.
Okay, I like that. Dream vacation spot.
Cabo.
Okay. You may have to think on this one, but if you could have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oh gosh.
Take your time, famous.
I think one would be Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer for sure.
Okay.
I want
I
Keke
love
Palmer.
that.
I want SZA there. One more. From oh my God, how did I miss her name? Her name's like Yasmin or something from Albert Elementary.
Don't ask me. I don't watch TV, but I know what Albert Elementary is, though.
But okay, the teacher off of Albert Elementary, definitely I would want dinner
We'll
with
tie
her.
it in. Okay.
Funny people.
Okay. I love that. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It would be, I don't know how to like pronounce it. You know what? It would be the song that goes like, ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed. Yes.
Okay. Shout out Charlie.
Yep, Charlie.
Okay. Favorite food?
It would be lasagna.
Okay. Oh, I like that actually. And my final question is, who is one person that you would like to see join me on the show for an episode? But the kicker is you have to help me get that person on the podcast.
My best friend Riley Simmons.
Okay. Well, Riley, here you heard it first. Don't blame me. I'm just a messenger. She brought it up, But no, seriously, Riley, we'll see you soon. Hopefully.
You will.
Kyla, thank you. I enjoyed this a lot. I really did. It was great to officially meet you. And I'll say this really quick before we kind of wrap up too. And I've said this before, but for people watching or listening, the beauty of what I do is obviously I get to share people's stories, which is the goal and which is the ideology behind the show. But something that I think I've shared before, but if not, a lot of these people I've never had an actual conversation with before I get on camera with. And I think that's like the beauty of how genuine and authentic my conversations with them are. So this was our first like actual conversation. We've kind of texted before just trying to set this up, but like this was our actual first conversation. And this was incredible. So thank you so much. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being yourself. And thank you for continuing to uplift the people around you. I always try to tell my guests, whether you realize it or not, you're making an impact on someone's life. So please just continue doing that. And so thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed it so much.
And I wanted to say thank you for making me feel comfortable to come on here and just for being so consistent on wanting me to come on this podcast and really for like asking questions that really get the viewers' attention and really relate to the viewers as well. You do an amazing job with that. So I thank you. I thank you.
Thank you so much. For you guys watching or listening, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. All of my social media links, even some of our merchandise is in the description down below as well. Yeah, you see here as well. You can find Kyla's social media in the description down below. Make sure you give her a follow, show her some love as well. This has been amazing so far. Like, I genuinely sit back and can't like really like comprehend that I've been doing this for 5 years now. I swear we just started this yesterday, and here I am, 5 years. We've started in-person interviews. I love you so much. We've, continued doing these, but I've enjoyed every second of this. Like, I can't say that enough. So thank you guys for your support. Please continue to support, and as well, build your own legacy. I haven't said that before, but make sure you're doing things in the own manner that you want to be remembered for. So thank you guys again. I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. I hope you laughed like we did. And I hope you go get a pickleball paddle and you start playing pickleball. Because if that didn't inspire you earlier, I hope that just did. So thank you guys so much. Continue to uplift others around you and continue to put God first. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, we're good.
That was so much fun. You are so good at this.